So I woke up with this image in my brain, the middle one, this frontal plane here, but it was extended all the way above her head, but I just couldn't find a good image for it. But that's what I was seeing, and I did see it kind of like intersecting her like this. So thought, oh, that's interesting. And then as it progressed, I saw it was the light body that I was seeing on the screen. So a 2D plane. And so we'll come back to this in a second. I'm just going to draw real quick for you what I drew in that. Hang on a second here. I'm going to share a whiteboard in that dot world video. All right, so let's pull up a whiteboard and looks like I'm sharing it. So hopefully I am. If I'm not, that would not be good. All right, so let me make my screen a little bigger. So I was just saying, like, so here's our soul. Let me get the pen. Here's our soul. And I'm going to try to draw a dot, but I think it's going to be hard with my finger. Well, that's not bad. So we're being told that we're seeing a dot because this soul is the body connected to the matrix with the spirit, holding the spirit. And it's under hypnosis is what I think. And we're being told that we're seeing this dot. So the perception is seeing this dot. And then they just put a little handy mirror here and we have a second dot. And so we're seeing two dots now, like this one's the mirror image. And we're being told, see a line connecting those two dots. They're not just two dots just floating there. So now we're seeing a line. So we're in 1D. And then you have another mirror that gives you another dot. And, they can just keep using mirrors and making lines. So then now we have 2D, we have a plane, flat plane. And then if you mirror another dot out here, you can have like the simplest 3D shape, that pyramid or whatever. So now you have 3D. So that's the idea we're talking about here. But your soul then is told to see you on here. So here you are on the plane, projected outward. So you're not here anymore. You are over here. You're projecting. You're here. So you're the projector of the film. So we'll get into this a little bit more. So let's close that. Let's go back to this. So that's what I was seeing, us on this frontal plane here. Now, if you take a transverse plane and you just use some more dots and mirrors, you can make this person appear to have depth, the sagittal plane. So now we have 3D. So we got zero dimension. This is where we are. This is what this world is. Computers are made of zeros and ones. We're in a computerized simulation, whatever. It's just zeros and ones. We're in a zero dimension. This place doesn't exist. There's nothing here. It's not real. It's zero. It's a dot. And the dot's only there because we're perceiving a dot. They're telling us to perceive it. And then they make the line and so on. And then they build this from our perception. But so let's get into that plane. So the light body is projected onto the plane, the 2D plane, planet, planned net, trust the planned, end times, game plan, script, movie script. And okay, so plane, planet, planned net, trust the plan, end times, game plan, script, movie script, video game levels, grid. All right, so the soul is just projecting the dot to the mirror the line, and then it's eventually projecting this 3D image on the screen there. And so when we take this 3D, well, actually, before we go to that, let's just look real quick at 1D and 2D again. So now we have barcodes. So this graph used to be one-dimensional, and now we have 2D barcodes. And the 2D can hold up to 2,000 characters. So now they're putting it into barcodes. And if we look at this here, this cube, it looks three-dimensional. We're looking at it on a two-dimensional flat screen, but we're seeing a three-dimensional. Same with this lady. She looks three-dimensional to us, but we're just seeing two-dimensional. We're seeing a flat screen. So when you have 3D, so you have length times width times height, or length times width times depth, or diameter, or whatever. The way you get 4D is to add linear time. What is linear time? It goes in a line, in a direction. So when you had the original dot and you drew the line, you went in a direction towards the other dot. It goes in one direction. It lines everything up. Linear time, line. So you see one thing after another, and line ear. So when you have a film strip, you have a series of still images. They shine light through them. And now you're seeing, and then they move them in a linear direction. And now you see these images, and it looks like the person on the screen's moving. So they're just basically shining a light through it and moving a film strip, but you think you're seeing something moving. So this whole world's just made up of light, mirrors, sound, magnetics, whatever, just it's all simplistic. But we've added time to this, and we've moved it in a direction. A linear means going in a direction. So then you get to 4D, which is a tesseract. So here's 4D, 4D, 4D. Okay. I'm going to show you this in a video so that, well, I did have it pulled up. Give me a second here, but I'm going to show it to you in a video where, here we go. This will make more sense. We'll start at the beginning. So this is just a cube. We're just looking at this cube. It's an optical illusion. And then it's got this square in the middle and a bunch of mirrors. So now it looks like these cubes go on forever. These are all the virtual universes that have matrices inside of them, or matrices. And they've also done this to us, shattered us into like all these different virtuals that we're really not in. It just looks like it. So this is just optical illusion, but it's just one little cube. It's just one. Imagine if they use multiple of this stuff. So this is the tesseract that we're in. So 4D is the tesseract. And so this stuff isn't hard to fake, but when I looked up, so we have plane, flat plane or planet. So we're basically projected on a plane or a screen, and we're looking at a screen. So that's all these virtuals inside of virtuals. When I looked up the word net, it meant the same thing as moon. It also meant the same thing as planet or Jupiter or trap or different things like that. So that means the word moon means the same thing as planet. And it's interesting in astrology that they call the moon and the sun planets. The planned net, it's a mind program. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I woke up with, and would love your thoughts. So I think we can, if you approach everything in this way and seeing the world this way, it makes a lot of sense. But anyway, would love your thoughts, and I will see you soon in another video.